Here we go. A very, very good morning, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Welcome to RAF Lakenheath. You know it is. How's it all going? Welcome back to one of your favourite bases and places. It is the one and only home of the 48th Fighter Wing. The only wing with not only a number but a name as well. That's right, the Statue of Liberty Wing, with their F-35As and F-15E Strike Eagles. And here we are, first to strut itself down the catwalk is indeed the F-35As, flown by the 493rd Fighter Squadron, the Grim Reapers. Here they are taxiing now. Fear the Reaper! Oh yeah. Welcome to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel, bringing you live military aviation around the country. That's right, next week we'll be starting our trip all the way to the north. Get ready for that one. The F-35 is also flown by the 495th Fighter Squadron, the Valkyries. Here we go. So, for those that are wondering, that are new to all of this, it carries the name Royal Air Force Lakenheath, but it is indeed operated by the United States Air Force in Europe, to be exact, USAFE. Here we go. I'll let you enjoy the Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW100 tone. Listen to that. Ooh yeah. F-35A, this is the CTOL variant of the three main variants. A 5th generation multi-role fighter. It can play a variety of roles. This is the only variant with an internal cannon, a GAU-22A cannon, which is a full barrel 25mm round firing cannon with 181 rounds and 25mm rounds of a variety. Can really pack a punch on a close air support, take out light vehicles, but it also has 4 internal hard points as well and 6 external hard points. From the internal GBUs, GBU-12s, GBU-39s, even a B-61-12, variety of missiles, AIM-132, AIM-20, AIM-9X. Mach 1.6 max speed, G rating 9G. Radar cross-section of about the size of a golf ball, and there it is, covered in radar absorbing material, a paint that's been patented by Lockheed Martin. The radar absorbing material contains iron ferrite particles which absorb and burn away the enemy or any radar frequencies and radio waves that make contact. So it's covered in RAM and also radar scattering tape, RST. The radar scattering tape is what looks like a very different coloured paint on the top. Oh yeah. F-15E Strike Eagle struts it down the catwalk. It's beginning to feel like a Good Friday here, but of the military kind, you know it is. So the F-15E Strike Eagle, flown by the 492nd Fighter Squadron, the Mad Hatters, fights on, guns up, you know it is. Locally known as the Bowlers for their bowler hats and headgear. And also flown by the 494 Fighter Squadron, the Panthers, bleed red. So 1972 first flight, and the concept of the F-15s are still riding and climbing to the latest and greatest, even to the F-15EX. This is the F-15E, which is only available in the family version. With the 48 Fighter Wing from the days of the 15th of January 1941, one of the first ever 54 aviation objectives to activate units in preparation for a possibility of an outbreak of a world war, and they were right indeed to do so. The 48 were a training unit during their time, so you'll get airmen training with the 48th. They started out as the 48th Bombardment Group Light in 1941. Various aircraft, they changed to the 48th Bombardment Group Dive in 42, and eventually in 1943 became the 48th Fighter Bombardment Group. They started life with the 4 squadrons, but they had a very different name and number. So here we go. The F-15E Strike Eagle. Conformal fuel tanks. This one's got the Pratt & Whitney ×2 engine, the F100 PW229, which, when it looks at us head on, unless of course you're fortunate enough to be underneath, there is actually a visual identifier for a PW229 engine. Okay, that's the F100 PW229, which produces just over 29,000 pounds of thrust in each engine. The PW229 has a lot more power than the PW220, so it'll have an additional intakes on the inside. Right, here we go. tuned into the Ted Coningsby channel. Don't forget to do your checklist. It's really important you do so. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. You've been cleared quick climb on the like button. Do give us a thumbs up. It does help the channel get out there, and it helps this stream get out there. F-35 quick climbs there, reaching speeds of about 420, 450 miles per hour before pulling up. Depends on the pilot, of course. They'll climb to whichever altitude they've been cleared to do so. So these are quick climbs, these are unrestricted climbs, it's the same thing. Unrestricted is to do with the climb rate being unrestricted, not the altitude that movies tend to kind of push that idea. It's about climbing to your cleared altitude. After that, once they climb to their specific flight level, so for example that could have been flight level 120, for example, which is 12,000 feet. If you ever hear flight level, just add 2 zeros, that will give you the altitude in feet. Once they've climbed to that initial altitude, they then get further departure and climb out details and with different radar service. This is the initial departure, this is the departure for the takeoff, will be cleared to climb, and then after that they'll be using another radar service after that to allow them and to continue climbing further ado. G's pulled are about 5 to 7. You may have also noticed that the afterburner turns off and then goes back on. That's just to allow the landing gear just to retract, because of course landing gear isn't very good going over 250 miles per hour. It causes drag and it can also damage it. So the pilots will turn off the afterburner or just cut out a little bit of the power just to let the just to let the landing gear, because failing to do so will damage the landing gear and cause it to be stuck, and that's not very good for a climb anyway. It will certainly be very, very draggy. The F-35As are around 29,300 pounds empty, but they've got a engine that produces a whopping 43,000 pounds of thrust. Okay, so you can't fly without any fuel in it. That agreed. But when fully fueled at 18,000 pounds of fuel, let's say, that's how you start working out the thrust to weight ratio, which is about 0.91 to 1 thrust to weight ratio. What this means is that it weighs heavier than the punching out of pounds. So basically the thrust is 43,000 pounds. Okay, so that's the thrust. And if you want to do it as a ratio, so 43,000 pounds into a ratio of 47,000 pounds fully fueled, it's not going to be, it's going to be below 1, so that's a 0.91, which means it can't accelerate vertically. So what it does, it will actually get all the speed behind it and then pull up, which I always show you an example after this, don't I? But of course, naturally, as you burn off more fuel as you're flying, your thrust to weight ratio actually increases. When it gets to about 50% of fuel, the thrust to weight ratio becomes over 1. It becomes a 1.05 to 1, allowing it to be a lot more maneuverable. F-15E Strike Eagle arrived here in 1992 with the 492nd and the 494th. They were on their own with the Strike Eagle until 1994, when the 493rd Fighter Squadron, the Grim Reapers, received the F-15Cs and eventually the D model as well. The F-15E Strike Eagle is of course a family version, a two-seater. It was introduced in 1988, took its IOC, which is the initial operational capability, in 1989, 30th of September of that year. First flight was 1986 in December. So the F-15E Strike Eagle, with a length of 63 feet and 9 inches, making it, my little fun fact, the same length as a C-47 Dakota. It's a very heavy aircraft. It weighs around 39,000 pounds empty, and that's with all the CFTs on there. And if you filled that up with fuel, which can take about I'd say about 34,000 pounds of fuel, you're looking at 73,000 pounds it weighs, fully fueled, which if you did that thrust to weight ratio, so 60,000 pounds of thrust divided by 73,000 pounds fully fueled, you're looking at a thrust to weight ratio of about 0.85. And that's fully fueled with the 600-gallon fuel tanks as well, by the way. Thrust to weight without them is about 0.93, which is about the same as the F-35, and that's the A variant. The F-15 concept first happened in 1972, but the actual initial idea takes it back to the 1960s in answer to the Foxbat MiG-25, and in 1972 the first flight of the F-15A, and then a year later in 1973 the TF-15A, which was then designated as the F-15B, took its first flight. Delivered in 74 and introduced to its combat operational role in 76. In 75 it broke the 8 time to climb world record on the 16th of Jan 1975. Climbed to 98,425 feet in just 3 minutes and 27.8 seconds, and then decided, you know, why not, as you're there anyway. Coasted off to 103,000 feet. So the pilot would have worn something similar to a U-2 pilot or an astronaut suit. And it's seen some very different things and claimed some very different things as well. 1983, the incident with a collision with an A4 Skyhawk in training, the pilot managed to gain some control from a flat spin by putting the afterburner on, landing at twice the speed they should have done. On the way, they did notice after the collision that there was a massive ball of cloud on the right wing. It turns out, after landing, snapping the arrestor hook, the crew managed to land the F-15 with just the one wing. In 1985, the F-15, and still today, has the only air-to-space kill. Major Wilbur Doug Pearson took out a satellite, a Solwyn P-78-1 satellite. It was only going at 17,500 miles per hour, but you know, and it was only 300 miles above his aircraft. He was cruising over the seas, over the Pacific Ocean, and he pushed the pickle button, completely obliterating. He is the only pilot to have an air-to-space kill. In 1991, this very aircraft, the F-15E Strike Eagle, managed to get the most unusual aerial victory. A helicopter may not sound unusual, however, it's the choice of weapons. It actually used a guided bomb because the missiles were too far in range. They needed to support the Green Berets, the special forces, who was pinned down by the Mi-24 helicopters. So instead of using the missiles, the Wizzo was tasked with getting a lock on the Mi-24 helicopters before they took off, to their horror, they took off, but the guided bomb had already been pushed, and as the Mi-24 helicopter took off, it detonated it and obliterated it. So being airborne, and that sort of tactic was used, maybe not guided, but that tactic was certainly used in World War II by dropping bombs on a plane or an aircraft. So we do have more so you can see tiny little inlets hugging the CFT, the conformal fuel tank, when it faces us head on. Look, tiny little black circles either side. Those are the inlets. Those are the telltale signs of a PW229 engine. Well, what a good start to the morning we've had with quick climbs from the F-35s, and nice to see the F-15E Strike Eagles depart on a Friday, which is always good to see. Always a delight to watch. But here, the latest and greatest is on our screens, the F-35A, which arrived on the 15th of December 2021 with the 495th Fighter Squadron, the Valkyries. Now, there was a bit of a historic moment on that day because this made the 48 Fighter Wing the first ever wing of USAFE to operate the platform. USAFE operated under the 3rd Air Force, headquarters in Ramstein Air Base in Germany. They're also the HQ for the United States Air Forces in Africa as well. The 3rd Air Force, a historic concept of the United States Army Air Corps back in World War II. They actually were created or established before the United States were involved in the Second World War. They have 10 units in their Air Force, the 31st Fighter Wing, which is at Aviation, the 406 Air Expeditionary Wing, the 48 Fighter Wing, which is of course here at Lakenheath, the 435th Air Ground Operations Wing, which is at Ramstein, the 86th Airlift Wing, the 39th Air Base Wing, the 100th Air Refuelling Wing at Mildenhall, the 52nd Fighter Wing at Spangdahlem, the 501st Combat Support Wing at Fairford, and operating from Papa Air Base in Hungary with the free C-17 Globemasters are the Heavy Airlift Wing. Now, a lot of people ask me, do the CV-22 Ospreys operate under their command? And the answer is no, because the 352nd Special Operations Wing are under AFSOC, which is the Air Force Special Operations Command. So, special bad girls and boys, you know it is. A different Air Force in as such. Same Air Force, different source. We'll go with that. Sounds good. Some units, they just want to play, you know, want to play rough, eh? You want to play rough, eh? Oh, that was good though, I don't know. It's from DIY. I got angry at a nail, I thought it was playing rough. Hey, you want to play rough, mate? So Kimberly got out wondering what on earth was going on. But it was just me doing some DIY. But that's life back at the Nikos residence. You know, just talking like Al Pacino. You know what I mean, mate? Hey? Okay. Yeah, Al Pacino used to be a friend of mine, you know, with DiCaprio and Da Vinci, you know. Anyway, it's all good, isn't it? Elon's relative, man. It's relative. Huh? No, but he'll make an appearance at some point. I mean, he's been here before, hasn't he? I know. He looked a bit worse for wear when you carried him in after the party. But at least he was wearing a Fleet t-shirt. You know, so he's got style. You know. Hey, he wasn't very good at cards because he kept folding. That's bad. Come on, man. You don't know the altitude up here. It's a little bit thinner air up here, you know? So I hope you're all having a good time, and wishing you all an absolutely amazing weekend, whatever it is that you're up to. You're going to an air show, you're going to... Where is it you're going this weekend? Are you having anything aviation related? Whatever it is that you're doing though, make sure it's a good one. From here, it looks like a Lockheed Martin factory with that crane operating above it, you know. Enjoyed the sounds of that spooling Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW-100. I might just go and quickly grab a cup of tea. F-15s, isn't it? They're becoming a bit of a delicacy. Actually, I don't even know if that's the right word. Rarity, yes. Hello, mate. Yeah, good, thank you. Oh, yeah. Right, how we doing, ladies, gents, and teddy bears? So we've still got more. Just establishing if this is going solo or waiting for a fellow aircraft to join in the flight. Or join the fight. Watching the Ted Coningsby channel, welcome to our Friday show here at Lakenheath. Hope we're all good and well. We're about to, hopefully, fingers crossed, see this depart with a quick climb. takes a bit of practice, but practice makes perfect, right? Everything in life, if you're always practicing and always training, you can only get better and better at it, right? I love just sort of, anticipating the next pan or move through the clouds, and just kind of just sort of having an idea in my head of just sort of imagine it's still there and continuing the path. You can work it out in some ways, it depends though. So yeah, I love doing those shots. It's pretty cool. Hope you're all good and well, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Welcome to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel. And yeah, for those that have followed the channel quite, for many years, would have seen me love and relish those types of shots in and out of the clouds. I don't always get it right, you can't, that's that'd be a bit weird if I could do it all the time. But hey, why not? Practice makes perfect, right? You can kind of get an idea of, it's not impossible, as you can see, because I am obviously doing it in some occasions. But yeah, you can kind of work it out. You just keep following it and pretending, as long as you stay still and in path of it, you should be able to get it. But obviously clouds, the bigger they are, you don't know when it's going to turn out. That's the thing. And if they turn out too early, you would have lost it, and then you just think, meh. But yeah, it's certainly been a very, very good start to the morning. And is it me? Can I hear more? Not sure. I can hear more. So this is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby on the controls. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good. So this is Endurance, high five and a guards march. Thank you so much for joining the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Thank you very much. Margot, thank you very much for the super chat in memory of Major Slab. Ah, bless. I know. Krokovian, I know. Yeah, sadly missed. Absolutely. It is a year today, sadly, that we lost Major Slab. Keeley, Guards March, thank you very much. Morning, everyone. What a way to start the day. Jets, jets, jets. Bobby, Guards March, thank you very much for your 12-month membership. Never look back. Love and light to all. What a community. Thank you very much, Bobby. Hope you're all good and well. And also a high five, Guards March. Thanks for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Sharon Chapman, thank you very much for your 23 months membership. Best channel and a bunch of people. Thank you very much, Sharon Chapman. Hope you're doing well. Congratulations on your new job, did I see? You're right, just to turn that down, just a couple of tones. Thanks, buddy. Cheers, man. Ellie Lyder, welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. I-5, Guards March, thank you so much. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Thanks a lot. And if I remember correctly, you're watching from Australia. Ellie Lyder, thank you for your 4 months membership. I love you, Ted. Can't wait. The Guards March, and here it is. Dee-dee-dee. Ted, nice one, mate. Nice one. Babsar, high five. Paul Pump. Babs, how you doing, girl? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Good to see you on here, Babsar. Thank you very much. Love the fact that you've got a green loyalty badge, which shows that you've been a member for many years. Nice. And after that it will turn grey, and there is another one. There is a 4-year one. Andrew McKenzie, who's a member for 6 months, his badge turns red today. Your loyalty badge. Oi, oi, and an oi, oi to you. Margot, thank you very much for the super chat for Ted Salmon Bagel. Justin Edwards as well, thank you very much. Justin Edwards, thank you as well for being a Fighter Squadron member as well. Guards March to you. Thank you very much for your 34 months of that. Hank the Huel Phantom Fanatic with 30 months membership. Guards March. Yes, 30 months, folks, to an awesome TCS channel. Thank you very much. Andrew McKenzie, high five for that one. Thank you so much for the super chat. For road trips next when you come up to Lossieville. I know, it's actually, next weekend we actually start to work our way up there. It'll be obviously the following week that we start the show, but next weekend is when we start to prepare to head up as north as we can go. Donna and the Cake a Cat member for 34 months. Good morning, everyone. Oi, oi. Remco DeVray, member for 25 months. Thanks, TCS family. The Bat Purple, high five and a Guards March. Thank you so much for your generosity there of gifting a membership. Thanks a lot, Bat Purple. Also, Margot, thank you very much. High five. Paul Pump, a salute there. And we'll give you a Eh?
Bring back the tornado.
Bring back the tornado. Margot's been chanted at there with the tornado. I know. That's her slogan, isn't it? Yeah. Margot, bring back the tornado Baxter. That's what it should be. Okay, so Margot, you may want to change your handle to Margot, bring back the tornado on my drive Baxter. There you go. Guards March. For Ted's goodies, the Lossy Man. Where's Downer? Thank you very much for your 26 months of membership as well. Thank you very much. Also, we've got Sandy Wynn here, who's a member for 27 months as well. We've got a bit of a massive. We got the TCS crew, and we've got some Point Charlie crew. We've got all sorts going on here. A belated birthday to Julie Beard. We've got them all. So thank you very much. Oh, hello, man. Oh, let me grab that. Cheers, man. Is that for me?
Sun's in my eyes.
That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Got it?
Cheers. Yeah, I got it, man. Thank you. Good and well, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Thanks a lot, Margot, for that. So welcome to the show, and welcome back to RAF Lakenheath. Hope we're all good and well. So welcome to the show, Davey. How you doing, Davey? Oi oi to you, Remco De Vrij, EP65, Lynx Rainbird, Batter Purple, Slavek, Pukyo, Neilbury, David Robinson, AD Causa, Margot, not Captain Weber, Captain A, Gaz Russell, what up? See you up at Lossymouth, can't wait, Gaz. Fife, I know, Haggis is going to be there. He'll be warning us about sharks in the water. So I better brush up on my generic accent, which many of you love and hate. Ellie Lyda, how you doing? Lorenzo Lippi, what's going on? Joshua Brown, Jenny L, Captain A, EP65, Henk Verhuel. Hope you're all good and well. Thank you very much. And it's raining cats and dogs and badgers. So, ladies, gents, teddy bears, you know me, I love my tea, and I came across a message the other day, and I didn't know anything about this, so I decided to try it out today. I've got there's a new brewing company called Bomber Counter Tea, and that's what I'm drinking today. It's a breakfast tea. Oh. Would you like some as well? I think we should all have some of this.
What is it?
Bomber County Tea. Now, what's nice is that they actually contribute to military charities, and one of them being the Head Up charity, which is of course a charity that we fundraised for. So obviously, as you know, Lincolnshire being bomber county during the Second World War, its vital role with all its bomber stations. In fact, there were around 47 RAF stations. I'm going to donate some of this to you guys as well to try. And they're proudly based in Lincolnshire, the Bomber County Tea Company. And continues the heritage today with the name. And of course, anything military and tea related, then I'm a big fan of it. So today I'm drinking the, because I know you all asked me what tea am I drinking today, for many reasons. but yeah, no, I've got, so I put the link in the chat. It's actually really good. It's a classic breakfast tea, and this is by the Bomber County Tea Company. So thank you very much. It tastes very good. It tastes, you got to have your little pinky out there, you know. It's got a nice little black tea, that classic breakfast tea feel about it. And yeah, they got the Head Up charity on the back as well, so they do contribute and support through their percentage of their profits. So yeah, check them out. I'll put the link in the chat room for you, and I'll let some of the guys have some. So thank you for that. It tastes good. Have a bit more of that. teddy bears, hope we're all good and well. So you may be aware that there is a bit of a kind of a change lately in operations between the 492nd and the 494th. Of course, the 492nd, the Mad Hatters, locally known as the Bowlers, their colour is blue, hence bleed blue, but you've also got bleed red, the finest, meanest, baddest, again probably said that wrong, but the 494th Fighter Squadron, the Panthers, they are bleed red. Their tail flash on their F-15s is red. Put the two colours together, you get purple, hence the purple ops, but they've merged, and they've, of course, you've got the Mad Hatters and you've got the Panthers. Well, ladies, gents, teddy bears, I introduce to you the Mad Hatters. This was the patch that was given to me by one of the ground crew, and look at that, that's pretty cool. So you got the Mad Hatters in what looks like a 986. Look at that, it's got 986. And then you've got the cat there being a panther, I guess. The Mad Hatters. How cool is that, eh? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Teddy bears, hope we're all good and well. So we're just waiting for the next movement, whether that'll be an arrival or a departure. Just welcome to the show. Hope we're all good and well. Just having an opportunity to have a little bit of tea. historical items to show you.
Gas, Flicker 01, just going to maintain the same rate of general handle. We're now working the flight level 1 and 00.
So yeah, the 48th were established as a training unit back in 1941, the 15th of January. It was called the First Aviation Objectives. There were 54 of these in preparation just in case of a possible looming war while the world was at war. But America didn't enter the war until after the events, the attacks on Pearl Harbor on the 7th of December 1941, which then instigated a very change, of course, the friendly invasion in 1942 when the US Army Air Force started to arrive. The first 4 squadrons of the 48th were the 55th. So the group was called the 48th Bombardment Group Light. Aircraft A-10s, the earlier types, the A-20s, A-35 Shrikes. There was very variety of training aircraft. And the 55th Bomb Squadron, which you may recognise the insignia there, the 56th Bomb Squadron Light, the 57th Bomb Squadron. So you may recognise some of these emblems. This is a bit of guesswork, but may I add that before the 88th Bomb Squadron Light, they were actually the 9th Reconnaissance Squadron Light, and in 1942 these became the 55th Bomb Squadron Dive, the 56th Bomb Squadron Dive, the 57th Bomb Squadron Dive, and then the 4th Squadron became the 88th Bomb Squadron Dive. They were operating the B-18 Bolos. Okay, now if you look at this, this is actually a Kestrel, not an Eagle. It's a very good trick question that we put out there. It is a Kestrel. It's supposed to be like a very dark brown colour, but hey, there you go. This is what I could find in an artist impression. This was around in 1943. This was the original what I could find from the 56. So they kind of used both, especially during the Cold War. I remember them using this type as well. But in 1943, these numbers changed. And again, just to reiterate that you may know some of these emblems, which you are familiar with. So in 1943, the 48th became the 48th Fighter Bomb Group. Okay, so the squadrons changed. So the 55th became the 492nd Fighter Bomb Squadron. The 56th became the 493rd Fighter Bomb Squadron. The 57th became the 494th Fighter Bomb Squadron, and the once 9th, becoming the 88th, were changed to the 495th Fighter Bomb Squadron. Okay, so that was in 43, but things changed in 44 for everything. There was a lot of structure during 1943 as well. A decision was made of how many squadrons per group, well, how many squadrons per fighter group, how many squadrons were for bomb groups. And so in March, the 495th, they moved to the 407th bomb group. Okay, so that was the end of them, and the 3 squadrons, the 492nd to the 493rd, the 494th, they set sail on the Ile-de-France, the Queen Mary, and so on, and they moved to England. Their first stop, a brief, I think it was only a brief stop over to Scotland, and then they got the train. I think it was a 2-day journey down to RAF Ibsley. Okay, so that was near Bournemouth, and they were there, and they were allocated to the 9th Air Force and the 70th Fighter Wing as well, the 9th Fighter Wing. So they were tactical, the 9th, by the way, which I've told you about. But what I wanted to show you is something. But for those that don't know, in 1944, 1st of April, the 407th became inactive. And that was the end of the 495th, and they were inactive for 33 years. So we didn't see them for 33 years when they came back. But here is a little fun fact. So you've got remnants of the original 492nd colours here. I don't know if you can see that. And so a lot of people think it's an Eagle. It's not an Eagle, it's a Kestrel. And the reason for this bomb sight is due to I think it was the A-35 or I think it was a Shrike. There was also a type of Apache, not the helicopter. I think it was A-30 or something like that. I mean, these are very vague for me. These are delving in the archives of time, but maybe I can give you a bit of details. Maybe I can show you some pictures of what they once flew. Yeah, so up until the 1960s, the Kestrel was facing from, let's say, left to right, and then from the late 60s, I think, or in the 60s, the Kestrel is facing this way, and that's where it all changed. So this is like the modern one, so it's quite amazing. I like this one. It's like an 80 year of when, and the reason why it's got 1943, because as we said, because in 1941 and 1942, they were the 55th bomb squadron light, then dive, and then they became the 492nd fighter bomb squadron in 1943. They actually did switch in 1944, in May I think it was. They became a fighter group, so the squadrons became fighter squadrons, and they were operating, of course, as you know, my favourite, the P-47 Thunderbolt. And there we go. The beautiful, I've got a different livery one this time. So yeah, 9th Air Force, like I said, everyone's very familiar with the 8th Air Force, especially with a lot of you know, a bit of broadcasting through the television with the Masters of the Sky, Masters of the Air. You know, I haven't seen that actually, but there's, you know, it's been well documented on our screen, so it does help bring out the educational side of things. But so we all know about the 8th Air Force. So the 8th Air Force, they were strategic bombing, okay, so with their B-17s and B-24s, they started off as 8 Bomber Command, okay, and they did change to they also used the strategic air forces in Europe as well, by the way, so almost the very early stages of USAFE, which indeed it was. So the 8th Air Force in bombing role, they would actually take out like ball bearing plants, aircraft factories, oil refineries, U-boat plants, anything to do strategically, that was their target. So if you were a fighter group of the 8th Air Force, then you will be escorting the bombers in a day called Ramrod, which is what you hear here at Lakenheath. You hear Ramrod, and that's what Ramrod meant. It meant an escorting mission with these fighters. Now, it is, you know, it is true to say that the 8th Air Force fighter groups had more aerial victories due to the amount of contact that they would have, because of course they're escorting bombers, the enemy fighters would try to take out the bombers, so you're going to engage in more aerial combat. So those were the differences between the two of the groups within the 8th Air Force. However, the 9th Air Force, many of you may not have heard of, they were more supporting the army, okay. So if you were in tactical command, 9th tactical command with your C-47s, then you will be taking on board your paratroopers, the army, essentially, over enemy lines and dropping them off, okay. So for example, you've got D-Day and all other aspects of paratroop drops and the airborne, those brave men dropping them. So they were more army related, the 9th Air Force. And if you're a fighter group, which the 48th, they were allocated to the 9th Air Force, they were, or shall we say, they were under the command of the 9th Air Force. Their role was to take out tanks, gun positions, anything that would hinder the progress of gaining ground of the army, and if needed, they would also do close air support. And this was the early, I mean, hence the name P-47 Thunderbolt. What do we have today in close air support? The Thunderbolt 2. That's where it gets its name from, except the Thunderbolt, the original P-47 Republic one, that was built under its massive Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine, which started off as a 2,000 horsepower with a 300 horsepower water and alcohol boost, just like NOS from Fast and Furious, right up till 2,800 horsepower, so 2,500 horsepower with an additional 300 horsepower boost. It would be close air support, so when you need them, they'll come, they'll take out all the gun positions, those cannons that were completely obliterating the army. But you send in these, and this really did innovate the close air support with the taking out of, also taking out locomotives, light vehicles, literally anything to support the army. If you're in the fighter group of the 9th Air Force, you'll be taking out any supplies, so you'll take out the supplies through the locomotives. The split S would be a perfect way to strafe. That's what they used to do. So if you got locomotives going this way, the tactics were to fly and invert and do a split S like that, and then take out the locomotives. But flak, you know, you had to literally roll the dice, because they were not invincible, the P-47s, as you know, but they could take a lot of battering. They really could. And with those beautiful cannons, when they fired all cannons, it would actually slow the aircraft down by 25 miles per hour. You know, it could do a massive performance. If I just show you some of the, if I got it. So we do have aircraft on the way back very shortly, using Point Charlie, which is to my right. If I can find it. Probably can't find it. Yeah, because it's moved. And oh, here it is. So yeah, just to give you an idea of how amazing this engine was it was a double wasp. It's my little diagram there, the PWR 2800 double wasp, 18-cylinder air-cooled radial engine. You can actually lose half of your cylinders and it will still get you home. Why? Because it was air-cooled. The inline, like for example the Spitfire, it was liquid cooled, which means if you get hit in your cowlings, okay, and you get one of those important pipes and coolant lines, you get shot there, you're going to have liquid that's supposed to cool down your engine. It's game over. Here though, you've got air going straight in, okay, you know, but there are pros and cons, because you could say, well, why weren't they all like that? Well, just think how aerodynamic that isn't. And if you look at nice inline streamline Spitfire, I mean, to put you an idea, this is 46 litre engine. The Spitfire was a 27 litre. It's tiny. So hang on a minute, someone's getting a bit excited. I'm not sure. I know lots of people are saying this is the camo one, but we'll see. Or are they hoping? Are you hoping it's the camo?
It will be.
It looks a bit green.
Yes. Come on.
Come on. Confirm it.
Come on, come on, come on. Yes.
Dad. Come on.
That's the one on my leg.
Get some shots for you. No. Goes back in and goes back in.
Yeah, everyone's excited about this.
Nikos is going to get the best shot. Go on, Nikos.
So, the story behind this is both good and sad at the same time, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Karma 5-2 was the call sign.
We didn't wait so long. I've been waiting my whole day. I've been waiting.
Karma 5-2 was the loss of Operation El Dorado Canyon of a 495th Tactical Fighter Squadron crew. It was the call sign of Operation El Dorado Canyon on April the 15th of 1986. The aircraft and its crew was sadly lost. Captain Fernando Ribas Dominici and Captain Paul Lawrence, the sole American losses of the airstrike on Libya. It was an answer to terrorism, and at the time has been the only loss involving in terrorism of the United States Air Force aircraft. So it's been commemorating the 40 years since the raid, and to remember the crew and the aircraft. And of course, the crew were flying the F-111 Aardvark, which I have here. So this is the Aardvark. I have got a signed print of the F-111 F with the crew of El Dorado Canyon. And Karma 52 was the call sign of, sadly, the two that were lost and the airframe. Involved 24 F-111s from Lakenheath, and also a flight of EF-111 Spark Varks from Upper Hayford, also the United States Navy's F-14s, A-7s, and of course the Hawkeye. So the, oh, here we go. It was a 14-hour grueling round trip. approximately 1900 hours local on the evening of the 14th of April 1986. 24 of RAF Lakenheath's F-111s departed, including the 6 air spares, and in flights of 4 air crews flew south through the Straits of Gibraltar due to flight restrictions at the time, and they had to be air-to-air refueled with the KC-10s and KC-135s, but they had to be so close to evade any detection. Radio silence had to be executed, and autopilot in an F-111F wasn't the best. Initiated the raid in different sections, attacking Gaddafi's home. Tactical targets, runways, military establishments. It was an answer back to terrorism, and enough was enough. US President Ronald Reagan ordered a strike against targets in Tripoli. It was carried out by, of course, the 48th Tactical Fighter Wing of the US Navy 6th Fleet. Despite the mission's success, danger was exposed, and this is in tribute. Karma 5-2 was a 495th Tactical Fighter Squadron F-111 airframe, 700389. Both the crew rest in peace. And on the 8th of September 1986, US Navy Secretary John Lemon presented a US Navy Meritorious Unit Commendation to the Liberty Wing for its participation in Operation El Dorado Canyon. It's something very unheard of. It's very rare to even get that. A Navy award to a US Air Force. It's unheard of. But for their efforts, they were awarded it. And today, as far as I know, the Statue of Liberty Wing, the 48th Fighter Wing, remains the only US Air Force wing or unit to even have received this. So we do have more. It's turning out to be a very spectacular day today. I believe F-18s were involved in that as well. So we get to see the shutdown process. I think it's shutting down here. So we got 2 on the ILS.
Behind you, mate.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 on the broke.
Yeah, 2 on the front.
3, 5 and 7 miles. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's that. That's one of them, I don't know. Just to the left of the big tree.
I'd say that glide slope antenna is a bit out.
Oh, here's something, here's something. Yep, here she is.
That was nice and smooth.
This one is a restless. Yeah. There's a few around. There's a bear camp.
One just has a clear as well, and one literally just snuck up on
There's another
us,
2
came right
on their
over
way
us.
back now.
My dad on show his head. And none of us knew he was coming. Literally just went meow straight over our
Got
heads.
another one behind that one as well.
Look, you see that
We've
F-35
got
over
2.
there? Train line.
We've still got 2
You
plus
might go
1
back up.
F-15s. I say it that way because 2 went out very earlier than the Karma 5.2 livery. We're talking about the heritage, and it's today's unit, the 48 Fighter Wing, has been involved in so many things. They've even got a 3-metre replica of the Statue of Liberty, because in 1952 they became a wing and moved, when I say back to France, they spent a lot of time in France during the Second World War at Chaumont Air Base, when they reactivated to the Allied force. They've been involved, and even today's situation, even current. Oh, that's a nice shot. Sorry, that is cool. Look at that. That is a perfect shot. Couldn't have lined that up better, could it? Also deployments to provide comfort in 1993, succeeded by the Northern Watch as well, and Operation Deny Flight, and in February 99. Acts of aggression by Serbia for the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia against its Albanian population in the province of Kosovo resulted in NATO's intervention there, and this configured Operation Allied Force. These were strikes against Serbian targets which began on the 24th of March 1999, and the 493rd, named the 493rd Expeditionary Fighter Squadron, its F-15Cs, took out 4 MiGs, and I have one with 2 aerial victories here.
Just come round.
The very famous call sign Dirk 2-1.
You've got a Typhoon here.
And I'll show you its aerial victories on the other side. I'll just turn that round. This is 156 is the serial, and it's got its 2 aerial victories. The flags with no country, that's what those meant. And Dirk 2-1 call sign took out 2 MiGs. And they even have a MiG-29 canopy here as a trophy. And let's not forget at the same time, the 494th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron, operating from Aviano, they took out ground targets using the GBU-28 bunker buster. Now, there's a bit of history there because the 494th were using those GBU-28 bunker busters for the first time by the United States Air Force. Again, another claim to fame for the 48 Fighter Wing. And that was using not this type of F-15, but an F-15E Strike Eagle, which is what they use today.
Yeah, so we might.
So let's not forget them. That would be parking up.
How did so many models though? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's got a few up here.
Maybe got more at home.
House is full of it.
I want to get one.
I've got enough planes to start my own little air force, I think. Or squadron. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. What days are going out? That's the question.
Yeah, there won't be any more after this, so they'll all be back. Here's my guess.
So you're going to probably pop across the road and see the rain?
Oh no, weekend for me. That'll be it for me. Yeah, that'll be it. I think I'll see how we get on with this. I'll see what time.
Yeah, where are you at Monday then?
I'm off Monday. It's bank holiday, so I'll chill out with my family. I'll take some time out.
Then you're going to be back on Tuesday?
Back to Tuesday. I'll be here Thursday next week. I know that much.
So probably
Yeah, usually Tuesday, Coningsby. And then Saturday all the way to Lossenburg. Woo!
Really?
Yeah.
And Wednesday morning?
I'll see. I'll have a look. I need to have a look at the weather because the weather kind of dictates what I'm doing these days.
I remember I was here with my dad and a jet snuck up.
Nice. So I hope you've all enjoyed the show so far, ladies, gents and teddy bears. I hope you're all good and well. Whitney. Been making fine engines for a very long time. Beautiful, that, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Well, that's where it's a chain flight. The chain is here. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good and enjoying the show. And one of the most, of course, let me just adjust this a minute. From earning medals, and I like to say earning, because you earn something, you don't deserve a medal, you earn a medal, you earn wings, for example, and it is quite a long history, and something that's not only something that is a proud moment in a member of the armed forces career, but I guess cherishing something in possession, and I would say amongst tens of thousands of members of the United States Air Force, is of course a pair of the wings that they wear proudly on their uniforms, and badges and accomplishment are awarded only to those who serve the country in the sky or space. The wings, the airmen who receive their special wings. And it dates back to quite a long time, that you'd think, as far back as the very first issued one in 1913. And then in 1917, look at this. was on the 6th of October 1913. The first 2 ever military aviation badges were awarded. They went to Captain Charles D.F. Chandler and Lieutenant Thomas DeWitt Milling.
Do you think the C-17's big? And the MC-5.
But for those that don't know, they weren't always silver, which I can show you, and a certain mixture of pure gold, 14 karat gold, and plated with pure gold and an alloy of silver. We may have negative to the... They said negative to a cable. Hang on, we do have...
Yes, hang on.
Still, the F-35 calmer though. Oh yeah, no.
That really smells. Are they a bit late? Oh, Jesus.
You see it?
Alex doing donuts around the car park. What's got an IFU? Not a 35, it's got a neutral tape. It's 35 tape got a The only one that's out is Armour. Gate is 35.
No air brake. It's calm.
Yes, calm.
It's calm is coming in.
She's poorly.
She's very poorly. There is something now coming in.
No, that looks like
So when there's an emergency and you have a buddy, you'll usually get, and we've seen this train where they train for this, where they have a supervisionary aircraft just shadowing the IFE aircraft, which stands for in-flight emergency, and we see them train this, and this is now putting in the training in reality, in real world. This is real world supervising an emergency aircraft just coming in, and it doesn't require the cable. That's been confirmed. The F-35A does have a hook, the B doesn't, for your info. Two aircraft side by side, 420 miles per hour or whatever, the same speed, then that's really going to be motionless in that respect. They are literally going the same speed in relation.
Charlie!
Yeah, it's closed. Weather.
usually if it's a cable, they normally get all the aircraft recalled back due to the fact that it does suspend the aerodrome ops, the runway operations, but the pilot did catch the end of that, didn't require the cable.
They had 2 fire engines with lights on them and 2 that down.
So at the end of the day, all well, all safe, aircraft back on the ground safely.
As well, 82.5 million. So that's how much they might have just lost.
Do they tax?
Do you have any ideas what's on all with that? Mine is the first one. Oh, next one coming in. Oh, look. Oh, that's going to be
It's picked up a little bit. Lights?
Yeah.
They don't have lights here because they take off there, and that's why you got chevrons. You got the blast chevrons here,
Right.
so that's so far away from the road that they don't have them.
Yeah.
Coningsby, they take off right there.
Yeah. Right.
So they're so close to the road. So you can't see it from here, but up here you've got blast chevrons, the yellow triangles.
Yes.
So you can't take off on there. Coningsby has I think just one about here, so they take off right there, which is right close to the road. So the blast. And if you are close, hence you have a red and white fence because of the blast, and it's made to fracture on impact because it's right there.
Right.
Mildenhall has chevrons by the campsite for the willows. Because if it took off there, everyone's caravans are gonna take off. So yeah, that's why it's not because the runway's there. The thing is, they can't take off until that's probably about a quarter of a mile from there to there, which won't affect. So that's why. So you'll have lights. So Waddington, it's very close. They take off from. If you see that rivet joint, it's right by the road, so they have to have lights.
There might be another one there.
It's a good question because I asked that once, and that was the answer. Smarties weren't even involved. Right, that's that. So.
Do you want any sweets? I've got some sweets.
No, I don't. I don't do sweets because I like my teeth. So I can eat kebabs and burgers and all good stuff.
By looks of it, there might be another emergency one coming in.
Okay.
There's a large out there with lights on. Oh, I know.
475 traffic 2 to 3 o'clock. 5 miles.
There's no one else to know.
I generally do think it's coming up.
It's almost like they're trying to even though like doesn't know where
The thing is with emergency ones, it can be anything.
Oh, he's guiding them in to where to go. Right.
How is the stream going?
Beautiful.
Sector 2 miles northeastbound of 36
2 miles from the approach.
So some more F-35s on the way back. Yeah, I forgot we got some. So yeah, that bit of history that I, of course, always gets interrupted when you talk about history. I was going to lead on to actually showing you. So now that you know, they weren't always gold. And here's a nice selection. And they get older down the bottom. They are very, very nice. These are genuine. I'm just going to look to my right just to see if there's any incoming. So there we go, and like I said, from 1913 and then 1917 they had embroidered ones, believe it or not, but then of course they changed, and they were made with a certain silver, and these are genuine, by the way, from the Second World War to Cold War era, and then modern. But it was from 1918 that the aviator, the military aviator design was first put, and it's this one here. So this is a genuine aviator, that one there. This is a higher up, this is a command pilot, but can you see that? Sorry about the light here. This meant that this airman enlisted actually instead of waiting, and it's a wonderful, a great story by Frank Murphy in his book Luck of the Draw, and he enlisted, so he would have obviously without if he was a command, but he was a navigator, but I've got the navigator one to show you just here, that one there. But this is a genuine World War II, late World War II to Cold War era, and that bottom one there, that's basically your aviator. The next one up from 1919, this is a military this is the navigator as well. Actually, saying that one there is from 1919, that design, sorry, my bad. The 1918, if I remember correctly, was a little bit different. And then from 1941 and onwards, let's see what else we got here. So this one is our navigator. That one there. So I'll let you have a little look there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty awesome stuff, man. An observer. And then we've got our surgeon here as well, our flight surgeon. That one there. That's pretty cool. And this one's enlisted, but because it has the reef and the star, that is a command enlisted aviator, command pilot. But that one, that symbol is not the same as this one. This one is a
Yeah, now coming in. Third incoming.
okay. Sounds like an F-35.
Yeah, it is. Coming from Whiz Beach.
From Whiz Beach.
Yeah, it was out of Whiz Beach.
They have an airport in Whiz Beach, do they? Just kidding.
Yep. Two 115s now.
Lovely.
And the camo one.
Yeah, that's one of the 15s sausage. Yeah, I know.
Oh dear. I think we're gonna have to get you a little box to put you in, I think, mate. We'll get you a little special.
Always me, aren't you, mate? Always me.
That's why they were flashing the lights, yeah? Right, anyway, how are we doing? Hope we're all good. Right, so the next one, now we spoke about the navigator one, that's that one there, and now we've got this one here. This one's pretty cool. Now, a Wizzo would have this, and you can see this is more modern now. We're going
Waiting for his escort.
so the days of the Wizzo and navigators, observers, boomstick operators, it's changed because it's now a type of category called a CISO, a Combat Systems Officer. Now, it's not a role, but it's a label of many, shall we say, a category, that's probably the right word. It is a rated aircrew member and mission commander in multi-crew military aircraft. So weapons systems, electronic warfare, boomstick operator, any navigational role, but not a pilot, would have this one. And then this one is our top of the creme for what I've got here. That is our command pilot. That's quite high up, that one. All right, so there's that one, and then you've got the enlisted version from World War II. Look at that. This one is most definitely a Second World War. And on the back, they've got a certain stamp on the back as well. These are Gen. Let's have a look. I can show you the back of that. I can't show you that these are proper, genuine. I've also got the. I've also got these as well. I am a bit of a collector, ready for my museum one day when I get around to sorting that out. But there we go, a little bit of history there, and it's something that they earn. It's it's something that an airman would cherish. That serving with the Air Force, a proud moment serving their country, and earning that must be a massive thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll show you the differences.
So it's a good question. A flight surgeon is basically a medical officer practicing in the clinical field of aviation and medicine. So it is the flight surgery, basically. They're medical doctors who serve as primary care physicians for a variety of military aviation personnel. So that would include for the pilots, flight officers, navigators, even astronauts and missile combat crew as well. And that's what they do. So in the United States Air Force, for example, a flight surgeon is a specialized medical officer, and they're responsible for the health, safety, performance optimization of pilots, astronauts and aircrew. Am I going to put my neck out and say 48th Medical Group? Would they have that? I mean, that would make sense, right? But I could be wrong. It's a very good question, and that's opened up something up, man.
It moved 3 times. That fly. It does look a puppy. Here's a puppy. Look.
There's even a website to become a flight surgeon. How cool is that? Become a flight surgeon. Why not? Yeah, I would say that the 48th Medical Group would have this. I'm going to go with that. How we doing, ladies, gents and teddy bears? Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's get this stream out there. Come on, you can do it. Let's try and get 1,000 likes before we finish up for the day. So we've still got our F-15E Strike Eagle in the Karma 5.2 livery. Playing hide and seek. I'll just zoom out a little bit. I don't want to get any faces on here because that's what we do. No faces, no places. We don't give out any departure details or things like that. A bit different for air shows, right? That's a little bit different. Right, so there we go. Thank you very much, Hank Verhul, and thanks to those who share our content out there. It does make me proud to see our streams being shared on social media. It's just awesome. And thanks for getting us to climb so high in this special community that we've created.
your name?
Julian.
Julian.
Hi, Julian. Just having a wee.
Bye, Julian.
Bye, bye, Julian. Love you, doggy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Julian.
He's working now, Julian.
What's Julian doing now?
He's patrolling.
He's working.
Working.
How does it work? How do they work on the computer?
No, they don't work on computers.
They
He's
do.
sniffing, making sure there's no naughty people.
Yeah, there is sometimes a lady there because I spoke to her, the canine section. So I have to remember his name. Julian, the doggy.
Oh, there he is. Look.
Hey, Julian.
That kid loves me.
I hope you're all good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, and thanks for joining us on this quite a breezy Friday morning now. It wasn't earlier. You can probably hear that howling quite a bit now. It's certainly changed, and I think that's the things to come for tomorrow or the weekend at least, but we'll see. So Chris Baxter, how you doing, Chris? Good to see you at Eastbourne, man. Watching live, great stream. Thanks a lot, Chris. Regards march to you, wherever you are, man. Hope you're all good. Probably in the field somewhere. Martin Skeet with 35 months membership. Oi oi. Oi oi all. Happy Friday. Keep up the great work. Thanks a lot, Martin Skeet. And thanks for your 35 months of membership. Also, we got Stuart G with 18 months membership. Ted, Nikos and Spannerflight, awesome 18 months, thank you very much. Sharon Crook with 30 months membership. Oi oi, good morning, Ted Coningsby and all, thank you very much. Donna and the Cake Cat, thanks for the super chat, awesome stream, thank you. Links Rainbird, high five, pop up there, thank you so much for gifting 5 Ted Coningsby memberships, thank you so much for that. LEJ Approach as well, thank you for your 38 months membership, and of course your Spanner Flight service, thumbs up to Ted and Nikos, and special shout out to Claire Bear for doing such a brilliant job in helping to run the channel in the background, thank you very much. LEJ and Don on the Cake Cat, thank you very much for sending the gifts.
There's a tanker coming in as well.
Hello. You up? Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah.
Alright man. No worries.
What? Okay.
Where? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you've got the fuel tank over here somewhere.
Oh, look, there it is.
I said that 2 minutes ago.
I was doing a keynote.
He's always late.
You missed it.
He's always about 10 minutes behind. Oh, he dribbles like you, Ben.
Don't laugh, it's not funny.
Lovely.
That softens it all.
We'll just leave it at that, shall we? I'll be right back.
Sorry. Dance time. Is she alright? Is somebody doing resuscitation?
See, they've got Ben's like, yeah, look. People go, oh, it's just 1,000 people.
What are you laughing
Yeah, for a film.
Come out with it.
Why you said okay, Mummy? Looks like a piggy.
Did, didn't it? It's cute.
Yeah, looks like a little funny piggy. Piggy. Piggy.
Oh, it's pretty good what he did there.
Piggy!
Circus.
Don't start me off again, please.
Somebody put Jesus that laugh.
Can we go to Mildenhall? Can we go to Mildenhall?
There it is.
Where?
You know, it's great for calm.
Then come on. There's a light on it. Mummy, do you know? There's a light. There's a
The laugh on women is bad. And then the comment about being a witch.
You must see it. It's
I said hello.
What was it?
He's on the back. Your jungle.
See what
That sounds like a Hercules.
someone needs to answer that phone.
Do you know there's a Hercules? Oh,
Too much fuel. It's too heavy.
no. Give
Somebody
it
call me a kookaburra. Yeah. I'm not getting it. Oh man.
Just taken up from stand.
Jump. I'm doing it, jump.
How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good and well. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. So we've got, I'd like to say, one aircraft still out there. We've definitely got a minimum one, which is the Karma 5.2 livery.
I'm not being funny, I'm thinking you do it. How good should you see? Should you see?
Looks like a sea.
I bet it'll get
In the sky.
we need to make a
What is the time?
What does it look like? Feel the Karma can't get that thing. Go. Cut you off.
Nice models.
We don't
Thanks.
need to
Never. Because she always gets pet.
No, well,
You
Pretty cool
guys
to see,
can
isn't
go
it?
and I'll just wait.
Nicholas, this is yours.
It's a rudder.
Do you know, I've been looking for that for about 50,000 years.
Oh, there you go, he's found
This
it.
is from an F-15E Strike Eagle, which is missing a rudder.
oh, well
done. Well done.
done, Felix.
Look at that, and that would be glued immediately.
Where did you get that from, that model?
What's that, sorry?
Where did you get that from?
Where did I get it from?
Yeah.
When I was very, very short and I could fly it. And I brought it back. And I was about that.
He was a borrower.
I got in and I took off and I landed on here. And then, I don't know, I drank some of their dodgy coffee.
I want one of them, my dog.
Oh, what you're doing?
What's the golden one?
Oh, yes, it is, yeah. Thank you. Cheers for that.
I'm gonna get one.
What else have we got up here? Do you know what this is?
B52.
Nearly. That's very close.
The B2 stealth bomber.
B52.
Yeah.
B52.
I'll let you off because you can't really see them. That's very
And
good.
you've got an F-35 I can see there.
That one is an F-35. Oh, you can have a guess at that one. It's a type
Oh,
of...
I've got that.
Oh,
Do you know what that one is?
is it a Hampton?
Nope. But that's a very good guess because they were built on the same specification. So very good.
What skater?
No.
Mosquito's got like black things on it.
I'll leave it with you. You can have a little guess. Right. Here we go. Right, let's put that away.
Like, do you know what it is?
That was very good though, you got that. Thank you for finding it.
Well done.
It was very good.
Oh, I can see something. Daddy, I think I can see Flapjack.
Flapjack? Yeah, Flapjack's up there.
Well, there might be something special regarding
I
blackjack.
want to see which one.
What, here? Felix loves Flapjack.
That will tell
Oh,
it.
look, the big
Well, be pressed if it comes
Yeah, I
in,
can
because
see Flapjack.
yeah, we'll leave it there.
Somebody's car alarm's going off.
Yeah, it's some car alarms just can't take looking at an F-35.
Yeah, I know. It's a big one. Oh, I can't really see it. Can you go? I want to go and show you. Then I can see
That's a Flapjack.
what there is that one is the wow. Six.
Yeah.
Fly.
I wouldn't eat it.
And I can see not the
Yeah, I know. Oh, what is that one? I mean, we just stay on the wall. Yeah. And that was that. That's probably what I'm doing. Yeah. That's going further. Sorry? Yeah, that's it there. Yeah. Is there Lakenheath Abbey there? Lakenheath there, yeah. When you go on that one, yeah, I'm still trying to remember it all. I'm trying to put it all into my head. I'm just talking about engines, now I'm talking about building through. Nice one, good chatting to you. See you in a bit. Battery's dead on this. Charge it up.
I noticed that the canopies are closed on the F-35s.
Yeah, they're done. They are. There's a cover on the engine nozzle. So,
oh man.
If you could pick a favourite plane, what would be your favourite?
If I could pick a favourite plane, it's got to be a Typhoon.
Yeah.
I have to say that because that's what
What's it coming? None of us gets.
Oh, nice one.
When do you think the next plane's gonna come in?
Oh, I don't know.
Were you here last year when they had
Not last year, Jake. It was like, yeah, it was last year actually. And they had like a decompression issue on the F-15.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't. It was.
I might have done.
That was my first time coming.
Oh,
I
wow.
saw you were. This is my group.
It's all good. How are we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all well and having a good time. And yeah, so we've definitely got one F-15E Strike Eagle to come back, which will be our special livery, our tribute, the 40 years tribute to the Operation El Dorado Canyon of April 1986. And this one in particular is also a tribute to the crew that were lost and the aircraft of the 495th Tactical Fighter Squadron of call sign Karma 52. So in 1977, a change of aircraft for the 48th Tactical Fighter Wing. They went from Phantoms, which they had for ex-Vietnam War Phantoms, for 5 years until 1977. And let me just adjust that. It might look a bit blurry otherwise. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? A little bit crisper now, isn't it? And yes, and after 33 years, as we said earlier in the stream, for those that caught it, the 495th moved in March of 1944 to the 407th Bomb Group, and they became inactive in April of 1944. And with that, the 3 squadrons, the 492nd, 493rd and 494th, they set sail to England and made their home at RAF Ibsley for the time being, until the advancements deep into enemy territory that was gained back by the Allies. But in 1977, the 495th became reactivated, and finally, after 33 years, the 4 squadrons were reunited, and they had a change of aircraft, because in 1977 they started operating the F-111 Aardvark. And on the 1st of March 1977, the first maintenance trainer F-111 arrived at Lakenheath, with the last of the F-4 Phantoms departing on the 22nd of April. And there was an assignment of 91 F-111s, and USAFE once again welcomed back the 495th Fighter Squadron, which served as an OCU. I believe they still do. They have like a operational or at least a training component within on the F-35s. Chris, how you doing? You're right, man. So yes, this is what they were operating. They operated this until 1991-92, when the last one, when the last one left, and of course during the Operation El Dorado Canyon, it was this 24 of these that they took into combat. The F-111 Aardvark took its first ever flight on the 21st of December 1964. And was introduced on the 18th of July 1967. There was, of course, many variants, such as the electronic warfare type and electronic countermeasures, the EF-111. Of course, there was different designated models as well, and it was just like the Tornado, with its swing wing that can be reconfigured. Crew of 2. Length at 73 feet and 6 inches, with a wingspan of 63 feet. In swept wing, it goes down to just 32 feet. And empty weight of one of these is, because it was quite a large aircraft, especially compared to the Tornado, 47,200 pounds empty. When you put that into perspective, the F-15E Strike Eagle empty weight is just short of 39,000 pounds. So it's quite a very heavy aircraft. It was powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney TF30 P100 afterburning turbofan engines. Dry was about 14,560 pounds of thrust, but with reheats or afterburners was just over 25,000 pound of thrust with afterburners. So in total, just over 15,000 pounds. They could get speeds of 1,650 miles per hour or 1,434 knots. That's 2,656 kilometers per hour. So that's Mach 2.5, which is what an F-15E Strike Eagle can do. Had a range of about 3,200 nautical miles, with a service ceiling of 66,000 feet. Had G limits of over 7. I think it was about 7.3. And well, with that, if you add that all together, it had a thruster weight of 0.61. It did have a gun, just like today's F-16 and F-15s. It had the M61A Vulcan, which was a 6-barrel Gatling gun. It had 9, let's turn that over, it had 9 hard points in total, 8 under wing and 1 under fuselage, so between those engines that you can see, and 2 attach points in the weapons bay, with a capacity of about 31,500 pounds. That's 14 tons. That's quite impressive. So that's 14,300 kilos. It could take the AGM-69, AGM-130, AIM-9s, bombs, general purpose Mark 82s, not the Mark 32, because the Mark 32 is a refueling pod. Like we said, cluster bombs, Blue 109s, paveways, GBU-10s, GBU-12 and GBU-28s. Blue 107s, GBU-15s, B-61 and B-43s. So it was, it certainly served them well, and took them right up to the Gulf War as well with this as well. This isn't a Lakenheath one, sadly. I'd love to get hold of one. That'd be quite nice to have one here. The only thing I've got like this with Lakenheath on it is, of course, the El Dorado Canyon Desert Storm signed print by the crew, which was quite amazing. But yeah, 1992, I believe, the last one left. and made way for a very change of era, because the 48th Tactical Fighter Wing changed aircraft. They became a fighter wing instead of a tactical fighter wing, because it all adds up. You know, the title does, you know, kind of give you the idea of exactly what the operations were like, and this time it was...
Dad!
Okay, here we go.
Oh, indeed, isn't it? Oh, is it?
You haven't got your phone.
Will they all come back?
Okay, so it's two, looks like two F-35s, or was that one? Let's have a look.
I don't know they all come back.
I know this is an F-15.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's definitely Carlo.
It's not Karma.
Stop shouting. Second
Two.
warning. Do it again, you're on timeout. Or you're not. Watch the 15 man.
No. I don't watch it like that. Blue out the way.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
Not girl. A Karma is a boy. Karma needs to be a boy, so then they marry.
5 points. There you go.
I've got a pack Karma and a tail.
So there we go, nice to see the special livery there, tribute to the crew of...
Nikos,
Take care, see you later.
Have a lovely weekend.
Bye. Have a good one. See ya. So the winds, as you can hear, has really picked up. See ya! Really picked up. Goodness me. And well, that's everything all back. Davey, thanks a lot for the jewels. And Sylvia King, thanks a lot for the party hat jewels as well. Mr. Chicken, thanks a lot for your 40-month membership. 40 months, you know how it is. Thank you very much. And we got Zen Adam Master. Shout out to my mum Julie and my dad Robin that are there with you. Oi oi! I don't know where they are. Do we have a Julie? Do we have a Robin? Oh, they've gone to Mildenhall, I think. But thanks a lot, Zen Adam Master. Thank you very much. Guards March to you. Thank you so much for that. And well, I hope you've all enjoyed that. Goodness me, it is blowing a hoolie. ladies, gents, teddy bears, a nice early one for us. And we may, there's a mass exodus at the minute. I think everyone is going to Mildenhall. Right then, ladies, gents, teddy bears, thank you very much. How are we doing? Hope we're all good and well. Welcome to a great week then of the Ted Coningsby channel. Only 3 streams, but I may have a surprise for you tomorrow in the form of a premiere with a live chat, because I've got something that I'm working on, so hopefully I can finish that off tonight so that you can all join in tomorrow. So thanks a lot for another great week with all of you. Thank you so much. So 48 Fighter Wing, you know how it is. Thank you very much. Salute to you. Have a great weekend. And of course all our members and viewers as well, thank you very much. Have a great weekend as well, and I may catch you on the live streams tomorrow, live chat tomorrow. So it's rolled out live to everyone, but it's a video that's been released. It's 2 hours, and I hope you can be with us and enjoy it. So ladies, gents, teddy bears, my name's Nick. I've been your cameraman, historian and commentator. This is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby, and you've been watching the Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Lakenheath. So for the last time, almost for the week, it is see you soon. Wish you well. Have a great weekend. See ya. Hit the button, Teddy. Hit the button, Teddy. Hit the button, Teddy. Ted, come on, mate. All right, hit the button, Ted. That one, wasn't it? That was a good one. Oh yeah, ladies, gents and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel membership. I'm Nikos, I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Just want to say a massive thank you to all our members. Guns up, and oh yeah. Take it away, Ted. Ladies, gents and teddy bears, we want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers for getting us to where we are today. We have gone all over the country, from as far as Lossiemouth to Bryce Norton, and military areas such as air weapons ranges, low flying areas, heritage centres and special flights for TED 2. We cannot do this without your support, and your support will be rewarded. You can now join the Ted Coningsby Squadron and help fund the channel to get us around the country and provide us with the funds for equipment to bring you better content too. We have 3 levels of membership to suit everyone. With your membership, you'll get access to members only videos, photos, posts, unlock special Ted Coningsby YouTube emojis and loyalty badges, as well as being able to access our exclusive members only Discord server. All membership levels reward you with discounts to our online store. Our top level Fighter Squadron was inspired by many of our fans who supported the channel massively. This is more of a personal experience with me and Ted, giving you exclusive live streams and content from behind the scenes photos, special info and updates, as well as a free Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron patch for joining. Whichever membership level suits you, we want to say a massive thank you for choosing to join the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Ah, yeah.